What's going on, you guys? My name is Crazy Pie. In this video, we are going to be going over how to properly land at Thunderdome within Apex Legends. Now, we are continuing the series here. Finally, we are continuing the how to properly drop in Apex Legends, picking random locations that you guys suggest, picking spots around the map, and talking about the best way to go about landing there. And today we're going to be going over Thunderdome. So Thunderdome is one of the more popular spots and one of the more developed spots within Apex Legends. We have seen a ton of updates, or not really a ton, but we have seen some updates come out to Thunderdome over the past, lifetime of Apex Legends. We've seen more loot being added to the actual ground. And then we actually saw, more supply bins being added and now less loot on the ground. So now they've added more supply bins, they flattened out most of the ground, and they took away a lot of the ground loot and put it into supply bins, which is pretty cool and a very, very nice change in my opinion. But with all of that out of the way, we're going to be talking about where you should land, how you should rotate after landing at Thunderdome, and the best spots to go about getting some kills within Thunderdome. So if you guys want to stay along for the ride, technically this isn't the intro, so if I see a comment saying video starts at this time, the video started pretty much a minute ago. So without further ado, let's get into talking about Thunderdome. So where you should land, alright, when you're dropping in the dropship, hands down 125% the best spot to drop at Thunderdome is in the caged area at the very top. This spot has ground loot. There aren't any supply bins up there, but it does have the best, surface area for loot on the ground. This is an easy spot to, drop in, get some easy guns, and you also have an instant advantage because you automatically drop in the high ground inside of Thunderdome. This is one of the most annoying spots to come across if you have a team camping in there and it's the final few circles, but it's also a very annoying spot if you are up there and you're killing people. If you are up there. Also, side note, I really hope this video doesn't get, taken down because I just said that. But, if you are up here, it is a very easy spot to go ahead and shoot at some enemies because you have the high ground. There's really nowhere that you can hide inside of Thunderdome other than obviously like behind a wall. But most of the cover is going to be pretty low and you are pretty high up. So you have very good cover to easily shoot at people when you are up inside of the cage. So instantly, it's a no-brainer. It's a very good spot to drop. If you drop on the very top of it, you have a hole that you can fall down into and easily get some guns. And now with the recent update, instead of taking the zip line straight down it, you can actually just end up falling straight down and you'll land on top of the 3 supply bins that were recently added into Thunderdome. And this is super useful because most of the time you will find a person dropping here. So what you can do is stand at the very top of the cage, shoot down at them, and then you will probably get an easy kill, and then you can jump down, snag their loot, or open up the 3 supply bins. Now from here on out, you're going to want to try and make your way on the edges of Thunderdome all the way to the very top of the main rock cliff. This one is going to be another very good advantage point so that you can hopefully engage more enemies on the high ground. Because if an enemy team gets to that rock cliff before you, they are going to easily have the high ground and be able to shoot at you. So once you take control of the high ground again, you should be good to continue getting into gunfight. So try and refrain from gunfights once you drop down from the cage. Try and, if you hear gunshots, don't really worry about them too much. Just try and focus mainly on running out of cover, or staying inside of cover, and trying to get as fast as you can on top of that hill. At that point, that's when you can start to try and maintain the high ground and take control of the rest of the gunfights inside of Thunderdome. You want to try and win Thunderdome, you want to try and get all of the loot that you can, which means you're going to have to try and get all of the death boxes, which means you're going to have to win all of your engagements. So, now that you've won most of the gunfights, if not all of the gunfights within Thunderdome, now is when you want to try and rotate. Now is when you're going to want to try and move out of there and try to get into a better position inside of the map. And what better place to do that than inside of Skulltown. Skulltown easily takes the cake as the best rotating spot after you land at Thunderdome. And the reason being is because you have an automatic high ground being the skeleton of the actual Leviathan or whichever animal it was. You have the bones that you can run up on from the back and you can instantly take charge and hop into the high ground. You have easy vantage point if someone is trying to revive them at the respawn beacon. You have easy access to get on top of the roofs inside of the middle of Skulltown, and you just have a very good vantage point being the high ground. And once you take over Skulltown, you've basically landed at Skulltown because you have all of the loot, but you didn't land at Skulltown because you landed at Thunderdome. If you guys catch what I'm saying there. So you basically still get all of the loot from Skulltown because you're going to clear Skulltown as well, but you didn't land Skulltown, so you technically landed a safe drop and you still got more loot. So it's perfect. You know, if you land at Thunderdome and you clear it out fast, you should have enough time to get over to Skulltown, clear out the last team, and have an open town full of death boxes where you can basically get as much loot as you want. You know, you basically get all of Skulltown's loot to yourself, and then you get Thunderdome's loot. So it's pretty perfect if you can do this in a good amount of time. But yeah, after that, it's pretty much rotate wherever you want to. You know, if you are a Pathfinder, hop on top of the roof, go ahead and see where the next circle is going to be. You can rotate to either market or through the caves. You know, rotating after Skulltown, everyone knows how to do that basically. You know, you have a couple options. So just do whichever you please and do wherever the storm is heading to. But yeah, that's basically my video on how to properly land at Thunderdome. You know, it's a pretty good spot to land. It has high tier loot. Most of the time you can find yourself getting blue or purple or even gold armor, which is pretty good, and hopefully some pretty good guns as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, please feel free down below to leave a like as well as subscribe to the channel. My name is Crazy Pie. My Instagram and Twitter are both linked in the description below. I thank you guys once again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in 2 days from now for another video. You know, I'm gonna have to try and do the every other day schedule just until I'm finally done school. So literally this video is being uploaded on Saturday. I only have 3 more days of school, which is very, very hype. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, peace out, boys.